Honestly, I don't think that much. Now, JB, can you hear my? Not that I'm gonna be talking much at all, but it's okay because I'm on Rick's mic.
Okay. Yeah. Are you muted? Oh
No.
yeah. If you hover over the eye, you can see. But I think it's just live. So
But it's like connected to my headset, which I don't have on.
okay, that's all good.
So this will automatically turn on at 7:30. Is what you're saying, Rick?
Yeah, except for
No, it's live. It's live right now.
That's just another
It's
feature.
live. We're waiting. We got a few. Yep. There we go. Look at that. Pow. Say hi, friends. I'll share it. We'll get a few minutes, but let's go. Everyone's jumping in. Anyone who is on here right now, go ahead and use the hashtag AGB mentality either in our YouTube or the Facebook. It'll get you entered into our free t-shirt drawing that we're doing right away. It's going to be a fun-filled evening we got going on here. So
can't wait. 7:30 can't come fast enough. Let's go.
Yes.
It doesn't tell you who's in here?
No, you can just see like on your name if you hover over the eyeball. It just says like Rick Williams, 4 people from Facebook.
Come on, you guys are in here. Go ahead and drop a comment. Say hello. I want to know who's here. Got some curious people.
Good idea. Ready, Rick. I think we should get rocking and rolling. What's up, Joe Bush?
Joe Bush in the building. Love it. He said we got to be respectful to our replay.
Yep.
You know,
all right.
So we're here.
Yeah, we're here. So we'll actually let's just dive into kind of the intro. The entries right now we're just at 1, which was mine. So let's wait on the free t-shirt. So let's roll right into that. Joseph, if you want, use in the comment section, use hashtag AGB mentality. We'll enter you in for a free t-shirt. It's the one I'm rocking. Rick and Lindsay got the polos on, but I mean, here we go.
1 out of 7 are good odds. So I jump in right now.
Absolutely. But all right. Thank you everyone for joining our first live session. This is AGB. This is the AGB team. I hope you've been hearing us, seeing us on your socials. We've started putting our name out there, trying to do get the crowd warmed up to what we're doing. But we're here tonight ultimately to introduce and share our first digital product, which is what we've been putting together. So I think we lost Lindsay right now, but that's okay. What's up, Rick?
Man, I'm so excited, man. It is finally go time. We have put so much hard work into this, and now it's time to just explain it to the world and answer questions and let it just be known that we're out here. And this is something we're going to do every week. We're going to come live every week with our community, and then every other week we'll put together a live for other people outside the community and just try to get as much positive things out there in the world of youth sports as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
So you ready? You want to get this presentation going, or you want to try
Let's
to get
it going?
Given away.
We got 2. Let's wait on the t-shirt to the end because we got. Unless we want to do one right now, let's do one right now.
Let's go, guys. Put that. If you're here, we got 10 people here. I want you to write the words hashtag AGB mentality in the chat. That will make you immediately eligible to receive the first ever AGB t-shirt giveaway.
We want to hit draw right here on this button. I'll give you that t-shirt. So let's do it.
1 out of 2. Somebody got to win.
All right. let's hit draw. Let's get this rocking and rolling. We're 5 minutes into our live, so here we go. Oh, we got David Annis right there. Late entry. Love it. 3 in there. Oh, AGB question winner. I love it.
We want our own T-shirt. Oh,
good thing we could hit respin it. I love
I knew that was
that.
gonna happen.
Draw again. Here we go. Love it. This is why we're live. We're not holding anything back. You see it. We got 3 folks. I appreciate. Oh, we got a few more. Look at that. Love it. Love it. All right, Dr. Daryl D. Jenkins. Congratulations. You're the winner of an AGB T-shirt. Appreciate everyone. We're gonna do another one at the end. So we got all your entries. Keep them coming throughout the podcast. But all right, team.
Let's go.
Here we are.
All right. We are so excited you guys are here. Listen, we're going to be in front of you for about an hour, and we're going to try to explain to you what this program is all about and how we think it can add value to your life or to your young athlete's life. If you're a parent, if you're a coach, or you're an athlete, we believe we've put together a program for you that's going to absolutely bless you, absolutely help you, absolutely allow you to navigate the world of youth sports with a mentality that transcends beyond athletic performance. That's why we're here. This is my awesome team. My partner, Justin Bergeron. I'm going to tell you a little bit about ourselves here. And then you guys saw at the beginning, my beautiful wife, Lindsay Williams, who is the brains and the organization and the structure behind this whole thing. So, and my name is Rick Williams. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm the athletic director at Judson University, the former athletic director at Eldrin Academy, the former director and coach of AGB Hawks. And what we have done is essentially taken my 2 decades of experience working with young people and packaged it into an online course and an online community that we are extremely proud of. And we want to tell you about it today. So first, let's kick it off with a story. Well, let's make sure we understand what the game plan is for tonight. So here's what we're going to do. We did our first giveaway. We won a T-shirt, and then we gave a T-shirt away to Pastor Jenkins, who is an awesome leader and awesome mentor in my life. Happy to see him here. And so then after that, we're going to tell you who we are, give you our story, tell you a little bit about myself and JB. Then we're going to explain to you what the problem is. Why do you need a program like ours? What's going on in this youth sports battleground? Then we'll explain to you what the program is all about. We'll explain to you how it works, what if you take it, how your week will change for the better. Then we'll answer your questions. We'll make a special offer, and we'll get you on to the rest of your Sunday night. All right. So here we go. All right. Story time. Maybe
right.
How we met.
Yeah. Let's get into it. So 14-year-old JB, very passionate, emotionally driven young fella. I tell you what. But Coach Rick was the first person who recruited myself. So the first person who came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm putting together a basketball team. Would you be interested in playing for it?" And to me, that kind of just sparked an exciting, passionate journey of sports. But ultimately, working with Rick for 2 years and leading to this idea of becoming a starter in high school, because I was the bench kid in that middle school when Rick first found me, had the passion, the care, but the skills were very raw. And shout out to Lindenhurst Park District, because that is where like the passion for work ethic and accountability, both of us leaning into that meeting before school and really just falling in love with the process. And Rick being that first coach that showed me is different, like caring and being there for someone is one thing, but then showing up and ripping through the drills, boxing you out, like, and caring a level beyond it just opened up my eyes to everything. So that's where it started.
And look, and that's exactly the good word for it. It's where it started, and it certainly is not where it ended. So JB and I, like he said, I met him just going around recruiting, trying to find young people to play for a new program. And at that time, it was for another person's program. And I coached that group for a year. It was a nice group, really, really fun time. It was my first time going into coaching. I just got finished playing. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just basically teaching them how to play like I played. But I had a lot of fun. But then for whatever reason, it didn't really work out with that other program. And I was going to go back to corporate America. I said, this coaching thing's not working out. I'm going to go back and make some money. And right before I made that decision, Justin called me and he said, listen, we don't care about the program that you coach for. We just want to play for you. The amount of care that I had established, the relationship, the rapport that I had with these young players was so strong. They just wanted to play wherever I was. And I said, okay, let me see what it would take to start my own program. And so I Googled start your own program. And before you know it, AGB Hawks was born. So those of you who remember AGB, shout out to all of those original people that supported me in our first venture when I was a travel basketball coach and club owner and trainer. And it just began something beautiful. We were mainly stationed out of Lake County. We did some teams over in Elgin, and we ran that program for 9 years. And we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of athletes come through that program that I am so proud of the relationship that I built with all of them. But it is fair to say that none of those relationships are as strong as the one I have with JB. We just clicked. It was the coach player relationship that you want, where you teach someone what it means to be great and they gravitate to it right away and run with it. So as the program built, a lot of people would come to me and say, hey, can you do for me what you did for JB? And I used to always say to them, I can, but you have to do the same work that JB did. And so here we are now after meeting as player and coach. And then you go on, JB, to be a successful college football player, and then tell them a little bit about your life after AGB.
Yeah. So AGB got me, to that starting high school with basketball. And I remember this moment with anyone who's out in the Lakes knows Lakes is a big football school. And calling Rick of saying, I'm going to choose football to go play out in college. And it was that first time of transferring that mentality from basketball to football and getting out onto Winona State's campus. Shout out Coach Sawyer and that staff for giving the opportunity to come play. Was the application of, again, being a red shirt, super humbling after being dominant in those high school years. But then injuries, not playing as much, and then transferring that and applying it to software development, right? And then that got into that post-graduation risk where I took my senior project and instead of taking the job I had with Abbott, applied it to this entrepreneur journey. And it was 2 years of, rejection and failures. But it ultimately led to an opportunity with Parallax, which was where I've been like the last 5 years. And that's where I got to watch a spreadsheet turn into a $43 million valued company, grow through series A's and B's and like just be around A+ amazing talent and human beings. And I've just like learned so much. And it's so cool because that AGB mentality that Rick instilled in me at 14, it is transferable to every medium of life. And so that is like, ultimately like it's cool because, the last 14 years, I've got to be able to like put that on testament with Rick. And now it's like coming back together. And so this is a third startup venture with Rick. So coming back full circle now, like 14 years, it's so cool, man. Like this is talk about like a passion project, something you just like want to pour your heart and soul into. Like I couldn't come up with something better than this.
Yeah, so that's the glue. So he's gone off to be in college, and those of you who are in coaching, that's the way it works, coaching or teaching, right? That relationship is only for so long because they eventually go on and graduate to do other things. And so as he graduated from the high school program, then I went on, started coaching other kids, and I was always watching just to see what was JB up to. And a couple of years, I think the first year after graduation, I saw him create an app called Better You. So I'm looking on my cell phone and I see someone who used to be in my program called Always Get Better started his own app, used his software skills to build an app called Better You. And I couldn't help but see that like similarity. I was like, this shows that like that foundation that I built means something to these young people. And it's so important to me as a coach to see that. And I was just so proud of him. I downloaded the app myself. I engaged with it myself because for those of you who know me, I don't have the greatest eating habits in the world. So he was helping me with that through an app, just really teaching me about nutrition and all that stuff. And I was just so proud of him. And then, we just stay in touch. And then I see that he leaves the app space and gets into this other business, and he's doing well in business. And I'm now leaving my wife and I were having kids. And so as we were having kids, young kids, it was really hard for me to still go to Iowa and Indiana and Michigan and Ohio to do this travel basketball program. So I started to focus more of my attention on the high school scene, became an athletic director at high school, became a dean of students at the high school level, which eventually led me to be an athletic director at the university level. And I'm so proud of that. And I still love that. I'm going to continue to do that. But someone came to me recently and they said, Rick, we are so proud of what you did for our family as a leader leading through COVID, that we want to invest in any business opportunity that you have. If you come up with the opportunity, we want to invest in it. And I was just floored by that. I was just like, no one has ever said that to me. When I do what I do, when I'm working with young people, I am not necessarily looking for anything in return other than the benefit of seeing someone like JB be successful. And that's honest. That's true who I am. But this family came to me and said, we want to bless you. We want to pour into you and any idea that you have. So I came home to Lindsay and I said, hey, we have this offer, kind of a blank slate. What would you want to do business wise? And, we prayed about it. We wrestled about it. We thought. And, I miss AGB Hawks. I just don't miss going to Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan to do it. So I want to stay here with my kids and raise a family. But I do miss connecting with young people on a deeper level and understanding who they are and understanding how to optimize who they are and bring out the best in them. And so this idea came as a result of that. And as soon as I had the idea, I knew right away that I had the coaching part. Like, I can connect with a kid, even if it's virtual, and I can coach them. But I have no idea how to make us look this pretty. like all that you see, all of this branding, all of this. If you do get the course, and we really hope that you do, when you see how well that course is put together and the graphics, like if you've been to our website, please go to agbcoaching.com and just check out the view. Like, check out how organized it is and how on point the branding is. And all of that was done by Mr. Better You himself, JB. And so between, my old age and 20 years of wisdom coaching and teaching, and his tech savviness and his energy, his positive, exuberant energy, we create what we believe is a dynamic coaching duo that we are convinced can add a lot of value to your life. If you're a parent, coach, or athlete, and you're going through this world of youth sports, which we're going to identify here for you in a second, like all of the things that we know you're going through in the world of youth sports, we're going to identify them for you and see if we can't help solve them. All right. So listen, we're going to go, but if you guys have any questions about our story, any comments about our story, engage with us. This is fun. We're going to put this on replay, but if you're here with us now, we want to feed off your energy. So any questions about the story, feel free to throw them in the chat. My lovely wife, Lindsay, is working that chat for you guys. But let's talk about this battleground. All right. So this is the youth sports battleground. This is a tip off the iceberg of the youth sports battleground. But look at some of these things. Like, let's just go through some of them, right? Process versus result, right? We want to win, right? But we also care about, the age-old saying, it's not whether you win or lose the game, it's how you play the game. So these things that are wrestling in all of our minds. Mm-hmm. Should you stay local or should you go get some exposure? You want to go play nationally, or should you stay right in your backyard? If you're a coach, how hard should you coach them? A lot of people are hesitant to coach hard now because they think that today's young athlete can't handle tough coaching. That's a conundrum in our head. Talent versus hard work. You hear that all the time. If you're super talented, you're not working hard, we can help you with that. If you're working hard, not super talented, we can help you with that. Right? You're talking about the reclass versus your class. Like, if you've got a group of friends that you want to graduate with, but yet you see all these kids are reclassing and doing what they need to do to advance themselves in sports, we can help you with that. So there's lots here, but the one I want to hone in on, and I know JB is passionate about one of these, I'm going to let him talk about it. But the first one I want to hone in on is this direction versus desire. This is the one that excites me the most, the one that I am going to put a lot of effort into helping young people figure out. And what I mean by that is that a lot of young people today, they have parents who've played high level sports or work in education or work as a coach and understand this world of youth sports. They know exactly how to navigate it. They know how the clubs work. They know how the high schools work, partition. They've got all the direction, but yet but they can't get the young person off the couch. They can't get the young person off the video games. They can't get the young person off the cell phone. And so they have all the direction, but they don't have the desire. And oftentimes it's the inverse of that. I know young people that have all the desire in the world. There's one I'm thinking of right now that has already signed up to join the program, and he has all the desire in the world. He wants this so bad. He wants to play Division I college basketball. You can sense it in him every time you talk to him, but he doesn't have the direction. He doesn't know whether he should go to this showcase or that showcase. He doesn't know whether he should leave this club, go to that club. And so what we're going to try to do with AGB coaching is help both. If you're the young athlete with a lot of desire but no direction, we got your back. And if you're that person that has a lot of direction but doesn't quite have that oomph to get up and make it happen, we're going to help you with that as well. So that's the one that's most passionate to me. JB, talk to him about what the one that sticks out to you.
Yeah, the one that sticks out to me is mental health versus mental toughness, right? And this one lean on, my own journey and just like playing college football and like the mental toughness that's supposed to come with that, and, ramming your body into people and just being physical. But the importance of like understanding that it's okay to take breaks, in the middle, and like we need to focus on both. And just because, you are, focusing on your mental health does not mean you're soft in any capacity. And that's a stigma. Like we are 100%, breaking, and there's already been so much work. I remember on my days of campus, I went on a state university, just like all the efforts to stomp the stigma. And I just want to continue to build on it because it's already grown so much from my playing day to today. And I just want to keep making it better for the next generation, right? Because mental health is something that you're going to need to get good at throughout life, right? We talk about this all the time, but the highs and lows of life. And when you get hit with those, how do we do that? And knowing that the highs and lows are coming, cool. How do I be prepared? How do I navigate that and make this the best experience possible? And like ultimately, like this package, like what we're trying to do is like, I wish young JB had access to this, like so much. Like parent fatigue, coach fatigue, environment fatigue is a real thing. And hearing it from another resource, someone that you trust in a network, I think is going to be a game changer for our AGB athletes. And I'm just so excited to, pour into them during their journey.
It's awesome, man. The other one that sticks out to me here is this: embrace the challenge versus embrace the portal. Right. What do I mean by that? Right. So you guys, if you're familiar with what's going on in the world of college basketball, you know that there's a transfer portal. And so anytime without having to sit out, you can just say, hey, I'm going to go play for another team. And that's something that a lot of people think is creating a problem in sports, and then it's trickling down to youth sports, right? And if you're not happy with a particular club or a particular high school, people are leaving schools in record numbers to go find an environment that's better suited for their athlete. And guess what? Sometimes that's the right thing to do, and sometimes that's the wrong thing to do. And AGB coaching isn't necessarily here to tell you what is right or wrong. We're more here to guide you through those so you can make informed decisions, right?
100%. And I want to just throw a comment from David Annis on LinkedIn here. Just you can't predict, but you can prepare. I love that, Dave. That is so true. And ultimately, like a huge thing that we're trying to do here, right, with AGB.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know if there's anything else in the comments. If you see anything up here that really resonates with you, or if there's something that we missed, what are the other problems that are presented in this world of youth sports that people are seeking guidance for? That's what we're here to do. All right. So we'll do this one. And after this, we'll do another giveaway. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
All right. So let me explain what you're looking at here, and then we'll do another giveaway, get some t-shirts out there. So, okay. So you guys don't know this about me, but what I like to do a lot of times, anytime I'm going to start a new venture, before I start that venture, I deep dive into the world that I'm going in, right? I don't just like jump in blindly. I research, I think, I ask questions, I develop ideas, and I brainstorm and I figure it out. So what I did is I started to look at this online coaching world. I see that there's lots of big names. You might recognize some of the names here in this left column. All right. Simon Sinek, Brendan Burchard, Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, just to name a few, Jay Shetty. These guys and girls are doing an amazing job connecting people, coaching people online, helping people find value in their life, go from one step to the next step in their business life, in their relationship life, in their professional life. And so it's working. And I believe, and this is coming from someone that does work at a brick and mortar university, and I don't think that's ever going away. I think that that education is one of the foundations of my life: athletics, faith, and education. Those are the three foundations of who I am. And I don't think those are ever going to change, but I do think that there is a new way in which people are seeking out education. The idea that you don't necessarily have to go and spend six figures in loans to get the information that you want is here. And I'm not even saying it's coming, it's here. And YouTube University is a real thing, and people are learning from people's experience, right? I can truncate my 20 years of experience into a 6-hour course. And you can consume that course and help you navigate the world of youth sports a lot easier than you could by trying to replicate my 20 years, right? That's what this is. So you take that formula, that idea, and then you add it to this very real idea that in the world of sports, there's a lot more specialization going on. IMG, OTE, Oak Hill, DeMatha, etc. There's so many schools. St. Vincent, St. Mary. There's so many schools that are focused on athletics. They're kind of like flipping the old, school goes first, and they're kind of like helping these athletes hone in on the thing that they're most passionate about, which oftentimes is athletics. So what we're trying to do with AGB coaching, what we're doing with AGB coaching, is putting those two worlds together, but making sure that it is not relegated to just the elite. We believe that here, elite does not mean exclusive. Every athlete, regardless of their journey stage, finds a mentor and a path to their best self with us. So if you've got a young person who is, they have the desire, they want to be great, but they aren't at the caliber of athletic ability to compete at an IMG or an OTE, that does not mean they shouldn't have the same materials and the same access to information that those athletes have. But to go there and do it physically, it takes a lot of money, a lot of commitment, a lot of resources. So if we take the online coaching world and we combine it with that sports specialization, we believe we can do something special for the world of youth sports. And that's exactly why we're here. So that's our explanation. So before we go into the nooks and crannies of the course and what it is, let's stop and see if anyone has any questions, but also let's give away another t-shirt.
Absolutely. I got the t-shirt, tab rocking. So for those of you who did join late, in that comment section on Facebook, LinkedIn, go ahead and use hashtag AGB mentality. We got 3 folks that are going to be ready for the redraw of this one. So, but before we do it, do you want to get to a question from the comments?
We got one.
Let's see. Pulling it up. No questions. That's all right. We're good. All right. I'm ready to tap it on over. So our first winner was right here, Dr. Daryl T. Jenkins. So we are going to do another one, but we'll give some more folks. We got some questions in. Love it. IMG, OTE. The unfamiliar with these abbreviations terms. What are these sports specialized? And actually,
Sure.
I'll pop this back up.
Yeah, I appreciate that question, David. So IMG is in Florida, OTE is in Atlanta. These are schools that are specializing on sports as its primary education. So now they are still teaching reading, writing, and math, but they're doing so to the world's elite athlete. So, a typical school day there would be, instead of, where you would spend 7 hours at school and then 2 hours on your sport, they take that 9 hours and kind of flip it on its head, right? So you would spend, 2 to 3 hours on your basic curriculum and, 5 hours on your athletic prowess. And if those of you who watched the NBA draft this year, then you know that there were 2 twins drafted in the first 10 picks from OTE. There's some of the best athletes in the world are coming out of these schools, and what they are doing is teaching a lot of things that, quite frankly, if you want to be great at sports, you do need to learn. But what we're trying to do is show people that those things can be taught in a much more balanced way, and they can be taught on a much broader scale, and it doesn't have to be exclusive to the athletically elite.
Yeah.
There's a question from Joe Bush there. What do you guys think about the concept of helping kids just learn how to set goals in all areas of life, not just sports? That's a great question. That is a great question, and we are going to answer that when we get into the nooks and crannies of the course here in a little bit. But that's so important, that I believe in my whole heart. And if you can see this plaque behind me, that is not there by mistake. That is carefully planted right behind me, so that I don't just appear like an old has-been. And you guys can see that at one point in my life, I played this sport above the rim, and I am proud to be in the Hall of Fame at the university I attended. And but this is what I've learned. All of this, all of sports life ends in family life. I'm so blessed to be married to a beautiful woman and have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old who say, "Hello, Dad," when I walk through the house. And that means more to me than anything I ever did on a court. But I have taken so many of those lessons that I learned by really committing myself to a sport, and I apply this to I've applied that to my family life. And so the AGB coaching mentality is all about teaching people that this all ends in family life. So let's do our sports journey, but let's do it knowing that it has to transcend our athletic performance. So I love that question, and I hope that after I finish the presentation today, you're able to answer that a little bit better.
Definitely. And then before we jump to it, just one quick question on just like the minimum maximum age for a person to participate. Simple answer: no. There's not a minimum age. We can definitely, our focus is trying to help those that youth sports journey get to that collegiate, scholarship level. And then once you're at that collegiate scholarship level, how do you navigate that, especially the world of NIL now? So kind of each phase, it opens up different things to talk about and dive deep on. But the goal is to work with everyone. And that's kind of like the thing with AGB, no matter what age, whatever you're doing, it's an always thing. And that's kind of what we'll talk about next. But let's get in that t-shirt drawing. We're going to draw again. Here we go. Let's count that down. These t-shirts are pretty cool, I got to say. I'm wearing them. Hey! Dave, shout out Dave Annis. There we go. Love that. Dave, we will get your information. I believe I already got that. We'll get a t-shirt out to you here pretty soon. Thank you for joining and asking a question. Appreciate you. All right. Back to you.
I see Colin dropping knowledge in the comments. That's right. It's the Thompson twins. But he's absolutely right. So and then Darlene, I wanted to answer your question too. I want to make something very clear. Parents are welcome to this community. We want parents in the community too. We're going to try to do something special. Parents, coaches, and athletes all in one community. And I heard, like I told you guys before, I deep dive into the world of business, and I heard these two words more times than I can count. Niche down. That's what everyone told me. You're going to start a business, make sure you niche down. And I said, okay, but I'm going to niche down from everybody down to parents, coaches, and athletes. And that's as far as I'm going to go, because I don't want to not understand that in this world of youth sports, those are the three people that need the help. We're all trying to figure this out. We're all trying to learn. I mean, how many of you guys have questions about what's best for your athlete? Well, why not have somebody that can kind of go through that journey with you? Even if your athlete isn't necessarily engaged, you can come engage with us, get your questions answered, join in our community, and allow yourself to parent with more information, more tools in your parent tool belt. So yeah, parents, coaches, and athletes are all welcome to this community. Okay. So what is it? All right. So this is what we've built. In a very special way. So what you see here, this video framework where we're using StreamYard, that is the essence of the course. We come together, JB and I, and we discuss things, and we create content, and we make it engaging and fitting to all sorts of ages. But the end of the day, the roadmap is right here before you. We are going to take people from the process of caring about a goal to having the confidence to achieve that goal, and then being able to rinse and repeat and do it again. That's essentially what we've built, because that's what I have done in my life over and over and over and over again. Every single time I'm feeling unsure, insecure, not myself, I come back to this roadmap and I say, the first thing I have to do is truly, truly care about what I'm doing. Right. My very first foray into sports came by way of being a part of a broken home. When my family split up, I had a sense of a loss of identity, and I found that identity in basketball. And I know there's a lot of people out there that can relate to that. I know that. But sometimes it's not trauma or it's not a broken home that gets you, but something gets you up in the morning. Something inspires you and says, I really care about this. It means a lot to me, and I want to accomplish a particular thing. But once you have that, what's the next step? Well, in my experience, the next step is that there's always something in your way. You may want it, but it isn't just given to you. If it was, it would not carry as much weight. It wouldn't mean as much to you, and everyone would have it. So we care about stuff. We want those things, but then these challenges come and they present themselves. And some of us, if we're honest, we stop there. We see the challenges and we stop there. We're going to teach you or your young athlete or a coach transitioning from his athletic playing career how to overcome the challenges to achieve any goal that you want. The next thing, once you've overcome those challenges, you're like, okay, I'm not afraid anymore. Let's go. You've got to establish a sense of consistency. And this is just good old fashioned discipline. You just have to figure out something that you're going to do every day on time, over and over again, to start establishing the foundation for developing skills. Once you've done that, you can be consistent about anything. Even if it's like, I'm going to make my bed every morning at 6 a.m. If you did that every day for 30 days, you would establish a part of your personality that is consistent, and that would set you up for a attack on competence. And as you start to develop your competence, you have more wherewithal, more know-how, more skill development. The more you do that, the world is yours. We believe that. I have been blessed to be a recipient of this process. I've taught this process to JB and other young people, and I've seen them use it in their own life, and get to a confident place where they can turn around. And this is the most important part. What we teach is that while this could start in a care about a particular goal or care about yourself, where it ends is you're so confident that your cup runneth over and all you can do is care about other people. And that's a crucial part of our course design. Right, JB?
Right. We're not here to build egotistical maniacs who are, trying to take over the world or run their niche down. Like, the goal is to give back at the end, right? That's what immediately, shout out to Chaska High School. Coaching there was like that experience, of giving back to the sports world in the coaching seat, coming from the player seat. And it's this natural flow of the mentality. And that's why it's an always thing. It's going to start in your youth sports journey, but it's going to be with you for the rest of your life. And it's amazing.
All right. So let's say you're intrigued in the course. Now you start to understand what's in the course and the roadmap and where we're trying to go. Now let's talk about like the practical ways in which it works. Like, what do you get if you join this program, if you become part of our community? Okay. This is how it works. So we've built a comprehensive course, right? It is, I don't know, 60 plus slides. It's 6 big modules, and it's got video in it. It's got book reviews in it. It's got YouTube in it. It's got so much material that's going to help you on your journey. So you're going to get full access to that course right away. Okay. And you can start engaging with that content on any pace that you like. All right. If you want to just go through the whole course on your own, you can. But what we're going to do is we're going to come alongside you to go through that course by going live weekly every Sunday. So from Sunday from 7:30 to 9, right in this time slot, you or your young athlete can come on camera with us and engage with us as you go through the course. So you take the course, you say you go through something on a Monday or Tuesday, it's got a challenge in it. It's telling you to watch your fast food for 30 days. And you want to come to us and share your successes about that challenge, or you want to come ask questions about something that happened in the game earlier this week, or you're having an issue with a coach, anything you're going through in your youth sports journey. When we go live on Sunday, you come live with us and we will help you through those things. All right. Then let's say you don't want to wait till Sunday. You want some information right now. You want to engage with community right now. And this is why it's so important that our community has parents, coaches, and athletes in it, because we want you to be able to interact with a community that relates to what you're going through. So if you join the program, we'll give you access to our community. You go in there, you type your problem, you type your question, you type the success that you want to celebrate, and we celebrate with you. So we build a community. We send different challenges through that community. It's a fun, engaging place to be. We have built-in breaks to this program. So the walkthrough of the program is a 12-week walkthrough. Okay, so for 12 weeks, we'll come on live for 90 minutes to go through, teach the module, get in there with you and make it personalized and see where you are. Right after that 12 weeks, we'll all take a break for 2 weeks. We'll kind of reset, relax, get ourselves together. We're building new course content. We come back in, we keep teaching. And so this is a constant thing, and we're going to bring you in. And once you come in, every time we update something, you'll get that update live. Okay. Our content is evergreen, which means it's always fresh. It's always new. If things happen in the world of sports, we will make content around that thing and bring it to you in a way to teach you and help you navigate your world. I know NIL is a popular thing now. We're deep diving into that research and figuring out ways to help people navigate that world. Anything that you need help navigating with in the world of youth sports, we're going to bring it to you through this program. And then what I love about it most, JB, is it's lifetime access. Yep. Once you come in, you don't leave. It's not one of those situations where, okay, well, it's lifetime access and I have to keep paying every month forever in perpetuity. And if I stop paying, then I'm out. No, there's a certain amount that you have to pay. You have to invest to be in the program. Once that investment is made, you are in the program. Because I know from experience working with JB and working with student athletes for 20 plus years that whether I made that offer to you or not, that's what I'm going to do. I know who I am. Once you say, hey, I call you Coach Rick, I am going to trust your leadership. Once you do that for me once, you don't ever have to do it again, because I'm with you until the end, because that's important to me. I think that's what God calls me to do. I think that's what God calls any leader to do. JB, I'd like to get something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then, going back to the Better You days and like having a software tool that can like bring an environment together, like the challenges, this is all, we're using a sweet tool called Kajabi. And that's like what built out the back end. And like, it got me excited, reminiscing on like the Better You challenges and just getting people to go through different things. Cause accountability is huge and so important for our success. And this tool that we've kind of been building everything into allows that to happen very, very seamlessly. And we have, it's all like mobile app friendly. So like got it on the phone. You could do the entire course on your phone if you wanted to. So it's really cool piece of software.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how the program works. So, up here, you kind of know what the roadmap is, what's inside the program. And then here, you now understand how it would work practically in your life. You join the program, you get the course, and then you come with us every Sunday and we will walk it through. And then the rest of the week, we're here for you. You type stuff in our community. We engage with you. JB will be with you every morning, giving you different challenges in the morning. He likes to do these. How do you call those walks, JB?
More gratitude walks. And quick, shout out to John Gordon on that one. Totally learned that one from his learning tree, and it's something that have applied it in my life more this year than ever. And that's something we'll definitely get into, and the consistency of starting your day with gratitude. Like the science shows us we can't be blessed and stressed at the same time. So how do we use that to our advantage, right? Positivity is every team's competitive advantage. How do we utilize that in our life?
I absolutely love it. All right. Our goal for the first one is to stay under an hour. We're getting there. We appreciate you guys so much. We've got some loyal, faithful people that have been with us for our first time. So here we go. I know we've answered some questions earlier, but now that we've explained the program, what questions can we answer for anybody? If you have any questions, now's the time. Ask anything, even if it's not about the program. Maybe you want to ask a question about your journey in youth sports, but we got a few minutes dedicated to that.
Yep. And while you're typing up the questions, that's going to get into the special offer of what we're doing, for tonight, 24 hours. Excited to get into that one. So Lindsay's monitoring the queue over here. But man, quick shout out to everyone for being here. First time doing the live thing. This is it's a really cool experience. Rick and I have been put in some work these last few months specifically, and shout out to Lindsay for holding down the fort at home, right? Allowing all this to happen. So it's been a fun journey, and we're just getting started.
So I don't see the question in there. If you guys have a question, go ahead and throw it in there, but I'm going to maybe shout out a couple that I have gotten just in my life as I've tried to explain this to friends and family. And so one of them is, hey, Rick, you used to train and teach the game, and that's what you're known for. Are you going to do that? Can you train my kid how to play basketball as a part of this program? Now, here's the short answer. The short answer is yes. The long answer is, I'm an athletic director at a university. I'm building this side business on the side at nighttime, and I'm extremely busy. So I can do it. It's just going to be periodically where I can now. But what I've done over my 2 decades of experience is built some great relationships with a lot of people that do this. They do train, they do work with people. And so we're going to use our network to get anyone in our community connected to the people that they need. So like basketball, I know. Let's say you come to us and you're a volleyball player. Then I'm going to use my network to find the right volleyball program for you. If you come into the program, you will be in our fold, and we will mentor you and help you connect you to the right people that you need. And then eventually we will build this thing to the place where we have a community, and we bring that community together for live camps and live workout sessions and scrimmages. And that's going to be a lot of fun. But for right now, we're building this thing through the course, and we want you guys in at the ground level.
Absolutely. All right. We got a couple questions.
Yeah, I saw one flash up there.
Yeah. All right. One from Dave. So what are some examples of those early habits kids can start to adapt, specifically young middle school age kids? And there's a couple other to develop consistency and how to develop accountability with that. Love that. Great.
You want to take it?
Great question. Yeah, we can start it off. We'll shout out to the course specifically. One of the modules where we do on consistency, we utilize a book by James Clear called Atomic Habits, right? And so James Clear talks about, the 4 different laws of habit, and just like walking through those. And so like to get specific, especially in school, the biggest thing that we can do is like, okay, we have this time frame where we have to be in school. What can I do before that time frame? What can I do after that time frame? Because truthfully, I can't really change that middle time frame. And so creating morning and nighttime routines is like the first and foremost like introduction to this habit creation and the best time slots to where we can focus daily. And so what we try to do in our course is there's a few ones where we get out to like 30 days, but we really bring the consistency tracking to the week level. And we do this intentionally to notice trends. And so as you're tracking week over week, the idea is flush, rinse, and repeat every week. And so as you're analyzing each week, you can see the trends of, okay, hey, on Tuesday, whatever's going on Tuesday, I keep dropping off on my routine of getting up before school, and get my 100 shots in, or whatever you're trying to instill. And so those would be 2 areas where, getting specific, the morning routine and night routine, attack those. And then the accountability piece, share it. If you're in a house, share it with your brothers, sisters, your parents, put it on your wall. We got downloadables, put it in your bedroom, and that will create the accountability. Like when it lives up in here and we haven't shared our goals or what we're trying to do with anyone, no one knows when we don't do it. But if I tell Coach Rick, hey, on Monday I'm doing this, and then Monday night comes and he's like, yo, how'd that go? I now am faced with that accountability because I put that out into the world. So
that's what I love about this community. It's going to, whether like we're going to do it as the mentors, we're going to do it. But then I believe that ultimately the community will also do it as we start to do this together, and we're all celebrating each other's successes. we'll teach people how to forgive themselves. Like, we're not going to be, bashing people who set a goal. They made it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, they forgot. And then we're like, you're out of the program or you get demoted. Or no, we're just going to be encouraging them to pick back up, because we know this. Like, consistency is something that happens over time. It's the 2% way. You do it gradually. And so I'm excited about that accountability piece that's going to be built in. Darlene has a good question. What is the time commitment for a student athlete per week? That is a great question. And guess what? We built it so that answer is variable, because not to give away too much. Well, I don't actually care, because I want to give it away. But the idea is, the very first module, in that care module, we ask the athlete to establish how much weight they want to put on their want. So what that means is, how bad do you really want it? And based off of that, we'll encourage you to add that much weight. So someone says to me, well, I just want to be a really good high school player, and I want to make the team. And, if I get playing time, that's great. But if not, I just want to make the team. Then we would craft a program that allows them to do it with very minimal time and effort. If someone says, I want to be a Division I college basketball player by any means necessary, well, then we're going to craft that program quite differently. And so they'll have our documents that JB put together in a beautiful way to help them see exactly where their plan is. So it's very personalized coaching, even though the roadmap is general. But then once they've committed to that, once they say, okay, this is the weight I've put on, and I'm going to do 10 hours a week or 12 or 15 or whatever it is, now they've got a community and 2 mentors that love them to hold them accountable through it.
Love that. All right, next one from Joseph Bush. Question, how many courses do you think will add over time? Sounds really exciting for a one-time fee. Appreciate that. And I'll jump in on this one. And the goal is, hundreds. We're hoping AGB is going to become, a family name, a school name, a university name. Like, we want this to be integrated. And the reason being that competence piece. So if we go back to this roadmap, Rick and I don't want to be, the SMEs on each one of those experts. That's where we're going to grow. So will they be Rick and I every time? No, the goal will be, we're going to go find the best trainers, the best nutritionists, the best therapists, the people who are in subject matter expert. We want to connect with y'all. Like, that's the goal. We understand that this isn't about trying to find competition, do that, because we really think we can all learn, from each other, and we want to be the connectors of the best information. So whatever you care about, the goal will be that once you get to that competence level in our library of courses, one day, you could take piano with us, you could learn how to cook, you can learn how to, I don't know, whatever it might be. Like, that's the dream, that's the vision. So great question on that.
Are these sports specific goals habits, or can study academic habits goals included as well? Such a great question. I love this. So again, variable, right? It's up to the student athlete. We talked about the OTEs and the IMGs of the world, these schools that are specializing on athletics. And while we're not going to say that's wrong per se, we're just going to say that's not for everyone. And so what we're going to do is get to know the people that work with us and make sure that we put together plans that fit what they want to get out of life. Now, when you say that, you say, okay, now be careful now, because I've got a young person and he or she isn't quite ready to establish what they want, right? They want sweets and video games, right? I get that. But we're going to first teach them how to identify want. And one of the ways in which you identify want is it good for you? So liking and wanting are not the same thing. So people like to sleep in, but if they want to be great, they don't sleep in. So we're going to make sure that we establish that with anyone that's working with us. But once we have their pure want, then we'll build the program around it. And that includes how much of it is academic in nature, how much of it is athletic in nature, how much of it is just mental health in nature. Maybe it's just they want to improve their eating habits. But whatever it is, we believe that we've got a program that's going to help them achieve any goal that they have. And we're definitely not going to isolate ourselves to sports only.
Love that. All right. Can you explain the end goals after the first 12 weeks? Are the goals revised, less edited than if met or not met? Great question. And so, yeah, the goal will be we have an assessment at that end of those 12 weeks where you get your AGB mentality certified, become certified in our program. But then the goal will be that this is always a rinse and repeat, and we'll be updating and changing the content as we go. And so the those weekly on Sunday night when we jump in the live, like that's where it's going to be. Yeah, we built this course, but we're adding that layer of, well, it's kind of a living and breathing thing because you're going to get us every Sunday night with that.
Yeah. And I'm just very much looking forward to all of these questions starting to take shape as we do this, as we get into it, right? So we have an idea. We've got a game plan. Like I said, we deep dove into a lot of research before we put it together. And we're ready to listen. We're ready to listen to the people. And that's what we're so excited for. And I guess this is as good as time as any to segue to what we want to offer. But the idea is that we're looking for, like, this is the ground floor. Like, this is our launch night, right? I mean, we're so excited. We're just going to go on. JB and I have a plan to go to Minnesota in a couple weeks, and we're going to present this to a school. We've got a plan to get this out to the clubs all around the state and offer some opportunities for the clubs to partner with us and get it out to as many people as we can. So we believe that once people get eyes on what we're doing, and if they can match this idea of that online coaching mental performance world with the world of youth sports, that they're going to find a lot of value in what we can provide. But right now, tonight, we've got people that are hanging out with us. Some of you guys know us. You know my heart. You know who I am. And so we have a special offer for anyone who's here tonight and wants to get going right now and help us build this thing together. JB, tell them about it.
Yes. So for tonight, what we got for you is 1 month free into the AGB mentality, right? And so what that would mean is give you a 1 month start on getting into this course. You'd be able to join those live programs, get in there, experience the course, give us some feedback, but you can get this course right now and get that month free. So no cost to you to get started. And we got that link. I know, I think Lindsay, we post it to anyone that wants it. We'll post it right here in the thread. And then if you're watching this, because live, it will be recorded, definitely let us know if you're watching this within that 24 hours. But this is something we wanted to do on launch night. We want to get some eager folks into this membership, this community. It's going to be a fun ride, and it's all here. It's all ready to go.
Yeah. So I do want to talk the business just a little bit, just so you guys can understand. Again, deep dove into this business, and I saw so many different structures, so many different ways to make this go. And some people think you should just, every month, just, it's a monthly fee and they got to pay it. As long as they pay it, they're in. And then if they don't pay it, they're out. Some people say, just make a course and then sell the course and on its own, and don't exchange your time for money. Don't engage with them. Let them figure it out on their own. I didn't want to do that. So what we did is we figured out a way to kind of blend those two worlds together, right? So we are, both, this is not our full-time job, so we're doing other things, but we do want to engage with our community. This is not about giving you a course and saying, figure it out, good luck. This is about giving you a roadmap and then walking through that roadmap with you, engaging with you, because my phone buzzes all the time with people say, hey, Coach Rick, can you help me with this? Hey, Coach Rick, I was wondering about that. And I love doing that, but I want to be able to do that everywhere. I want to be able to help as many people as I possibly can. And so we've again truncated all of our experience into one course to get us going. I know a leadership course is coming right behind it. I know a nutrition course is coming right behind it. I know a course specifically on how to navigate the recruiting world to NIL is coming. So we've got so many things we're going to put together. And if you join now, you're in it. You're in it. as all that other stuff comes, then you'll either get that stuff for complete no charge, depending on the size of the course, or you'll get it for a massively discounted price. So the opportunity to get involved with us starts right now today. The other thing that I didn't put in the slide is we've also spent our summer doing interviews with some of the some top influencers in the world of youth sports. We've talked to coaches, trainers, athletes, parents, people that are in the space, and we've just built content. We just like got to know them, interviewed them, and they have something to say that we think is valuable. So that podcast is going to exist on YouTube. It's going to exist in Kajabi for our community members. So lots of stuff for you guys to consume. You just have to get involved and say you want to be a part of it. If you don't want to join at that pay level right now, we understand. Just join us, follow us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook, and follow us on LinkedIn, and we will still be sending you lots of free content. I'm still coming to you guys every other Wednesday to just teach and just put some love and some positivity into the world.
Yeah, this format right here is going to allow us. This is where our show is going to be out of every other Wednesday. This is going to be fun. We'll bring in different guests. We have segments. It's going to be a good time, and just appreciate each and every one of you. You know, from the bottom of my heart, from our team's heart. This has been a journey to get here, and here we go. It's going to be a fun ride.
And baby,
and there we go. We see it right here. We'll throw it on the screen. Jack G is in. I love that. This is going to be a fun journey, and I can't wait to interact with each and every one of you. Thanks for joining us on night one. Coach Rick, you got anything to leave these folks with here tonight?
We will be back. We'll be back in front of you guys on Wednesday. We'll be back in front of you guys next Sunday. And tell your friends, tell everyone about this. It's going to be fun. I'm going to pour my whole heart and soul into helping young people, parents, coaches, and athletes navigate the world of youth sports with a mentality that transcends athletic performance. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all soon. Have a great night.